what I experienced during the workshop was that I got to interact with people with no inhibitions. We had a couple of games where we had to just jump in without thinking too much. So that's one of the key things. Key thing is to don't think too much, just step in, do what you do best and interact with people. You meet some amazing people, so that's something.
What I experienced during the workshop was a lot of fun. I met a lot of new people and yeah, I watched it before, but this time I actually participated in it and it was really nice. Like networking wise, it was really interesting.
Well, I experienced the workshop as really helpful. As for my professional things, I really liked that I can use a lot of things as a teacher. I'm becoming a teacher, and I'm really thinking about doing some of the exercises in the introduction week of my new class. So that will be really helpful.
The impact of the workshop on me was like, I went with an open mind, so I met a lot of people without expecting anything. So I guess serendipity kind of works. Yeah.
So for me, I come from an academic background, so I'm a PhD student, I work in academia, and the environment there is essentially 180 from this kind of an environment. It's all about criticism, it's all about really, criticism is sort of seen as this way to improve people. I think it's also a bit of a hazing process, and here I think this workshop has sort of shown me that while I do think criticism at some level is productive, it's also only one way to improve people, and it's only one way to kind of think about ideas and knowledge and creativity. And I think that oftentimes criticism can kind of close off options that you never even thought were possible. And so here today I really learned that by saying yes and by really not shutting people down immediately, also focusing on what you really like about their idea, that develops a sense of sort of confidence and trust, not just between two people, but also within yourself. And then you're even more open to ideas, you're even more creative. And
one of my favorite impacts was when Jessica had this exercise where she had a whiteboard and she asked me to connect the dots and whether we would cross lines, and I was one of the few people who said that it was not possible. And the funny thing is, when I actually got to the board, I still think it was, I didn't think it was possible, but in the last 30% of the time there, I saw the solution suddenly, and she suddenly proved a point in action, which was stop thinking, just keep doing, and she proved it right there. I think that was a great experience.
For me, the people that I would recommend this to is anybody who's going to be involved in any sort of collaboration at all.
I would recommend it to anybody who wants to network. Like, yeah, they have a lot of ideas, but they don't know how to start and where to start. I would tell them, like, you know, this is a really nice platform for you to come meet people, tell them about yourself, look at the space and figure it out.
And in terms of the training, to whom would you recommend the training?
I would recommend the training to people who are really, like, they are really creative and have a lot of ideas but don't know how to approach people. So I would recommend it to them.
My interactions, I do meet a lot of creative people who find it very difficult to interact with people. Who, even if they interact, they really don't interact about their work, about it's very subjective. So they're very opinionated and they find it very difficult to interact. So I would definitely recommend to people who are willing to expand themselves and interact with people. So that's something I would do.
It's a really fun trainer. I think she kept it quite lively. She kept our attention for 1.5 hours. I don't remember that people could do that, trainers or sessions or workshops to keep my attention for 1.5 hours. It's been a while since that happened, so that was refreshing. And she kept it lively, kept me on my feet, and kept me thinking and engaged.
Jessica is fun. Jessica pushes us to get out of our comfort zone and makes it like a fun game. So which is what I like.
I came for the trainer sake because I knew it was the last class. So yeah, it's really interesting how you train because it's fun and it's not that boring thing where you have to sit and write and figure things out, but it's more doing stuff, so you get to know people and everyone's casual. So when you're casual, the real person comes out, which is really nice.